Welcome to Cybersecurity Gurukul, where we strive to keep you informed and safe in the digital world. As we navigate the complex web of online interactions, it's important to be aware of the potential risks. One such risk that has unfortunately become all too common is the dark underbelly of online dating scams, specifically blackmail and extortion. These malicious schemes are not only designed to rob you of your hard-earned money, but they can also strip away your sense of safety and peace of mind. Scammers use a variety of tactics, exploiting human emotions and leveraging the anonymity of the internet to their advantage. In today's episode, we're going to pull back the curtain on these scams, shedding light on how they operate, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself. Today, we're tackling a serious issue that many individuals face in the realm of online dating, blackmail and extortion. Online dating scams can take a sinister turn when scammers resort to blackmail and extortion. You might be thinking, how does this happen? Well, it's a crafty and manipulative process that preys on vulnerability and trust. Imagine you've met someone online. They're charming, they're interested in you, and before you know it, a connection forms. As the relationship develops, they might ask for intimate photos or videos, perhaps under the guise of deepening the relationship. You trust them, so you comply, but then the tone changes. They threaten to share your intimate content with your friends, family, or even the public unless you pay them money. This is a classic example of an online dating scam turning into a case of blackmail and extortion. The impact of such scams can be devastating. Victims often experience emotional distress, feeling violated and betrayed by someone they thought cared about them. The psychological toll can be immense, leading to anxiety, depression, and in severe cases, thoughts of suicide. But the damage doesn't stop there. Financial loss is another significant consequence. Scammers can demand large sums of money, and out of fear and desperation, victims often pay. These payments can drain savings, lead to debt, or worse, financial ruin. And then there are the long-term consequences. Once a scammer has explicit content, it's virtually impossible to ensure its complete removal from the internet. This means that the threat of exposure can linger for years, causing ongoing distress and potential reputational damage. Moreover, in some jurisdictions, victims may even face legal consequences. For example, in places where revenge porn laws are not in place, victims might find themselves with little legal recourse against their perpetrators, adding another layer of trauma to an already distressing situation. This can lead to emotional distress, financial loss, and even long-term consequences for the victims. But remember, knowledge is power. By understanding these risks, you're better equipped to protect yourself in the world of online dating. Identifying potential scammers is crucial to preventing such situations. In the world of online dating, anyone can pretend to be someone else. Therefore, it's important to exercise caution and be aware of some common red flags that indicate you might be dealing with a scammer. Firstly, pay attention to their profile. Scammers often use fake profiles with stolen photos. They may appear unusually attractive or successful, and their profile may be filled with generic or cliched descriptions. If you come across a profile that seems too good to be true, it probably is. Secondly, be wary of individuals who are overly charming or too quick to profess their love. Genuine relationships take time to develop, and anyone rushing the process could be attempting to manipulate you emotionally. Scammers often employ a technique called love bombing, where they overwhelm their victims with affection and compliments to gain their trust. Thirdly, notice their communication patterns. Scammers often have poor grammar and spelling, and their messages may seem scripted or repetitive. They may avoid answering personal questions or give inconsistent information about themselves. Additionally, be suspicious of anyone who refuses to engage in video calls or meet in person. Scammers often avoid face-to-face interactions to maintain their false identities. They may come up with a variety of excuses to avoid video calls, such as living in a different time zone, having a broken camera, or being too busy. Lastly, trust your instincts. If something feels off about the person you're communicating with, it's best to err on the side of caution. Remember, it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to online dating. Scammers often use fake profiles, stolen photos, and may refuse to engage in video calls or meet in person. By staying vigilant and paying attention to these signs, you can protect yourself from becoming a victim of online dating scams. Remember, your safety should always be your first priority. There are several symptoms that may indicate you're being targeted for blackmail or extortion. In the dark alleyways of online dating, there are signs that can signal you're being set up for a scam. One of the most common symptoms is a sudden and unexpected request for explicit photos or videos. It might seem like a harmless flirtation or a step towards intimacy, but it's often a trap. Scammers are looking for compromising material they can use against you. Another red flag is persistent pressure to engage in compromising activities. This pressure could be subtle or overt, but the aim is the same: to push you into a corner where you feel obligated to comply with their requests. It's important to remember that no one has the right to pressure you into anything you're uncomfortable with. Online dating should be a space of mutual respect and consent. A third symptom of a potential blackmail or extortion scam is a demand for money accompanied by threats of exposure. These threats can be terrifying, but they're a clear sign that you're dealing with a scammer. The perpetrator might threaten to send compromising photos or videos to your friends, family, or workplace unless you pay a certain amount of money. Sometimes these symptoms might not be so clear-cut. It could be a gut feeling that something isn't right, or a sense of unease whenever you interact with this person. Maybe their stories don't add up, or they're always steering the conversation towards intimate topics. These subtle signs are just as important, and they're your instincts trying to warn you. So what should you do if you notice these symptoms? The first step is to stop communicating with the person and report them to the platform you're using. Then, take steps to secure your online presence, like changing your passwords and alerting your friends and family. Above all, remember this: your safety and well-being are paramount. Don't let anyone pressure you into something you're not comfortable with. And if you find yourself in a situation that feels wrong, don't be afraid to seek help. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, take it seriously. Now, we're discussing some practical steps to avoid falling victim to these scams. First and foremost, it's crucial to maintain a strong boundary when it comes to sharing explicit content. No matter how much you trust the person on the other side of the screen, remember that it's never safe to share intimate photos or videos with someone you've just met online. It's an unfortunate truth, but once something is shared online, it's virtually impossible to take it back. Next, be cautious about sharing personal information. This includes not only your address and phone number, but also your family details, workplace, and financial information. Scammers can use this data to manipulate, threaten, or even impersonate you. The less information they have, the less power they hold. Now, let's talk about the platforms you use for online dating. Not all dating sites and apps are created equal. Some have robust security measures in place to protect their users, while others may lack these safeguards. Do your research and choose reputable platforms that prioritize user safety. Look for features like profile verification, reporting mechanisms, and privacy settings. While we're on the subject of privacy, let's not forget about the importance of strong, unique passwords. Make sure to use different passwords for your online accounts to prevent a security breach on one platform from affecting your other accounts. As you navigate the world of online dating, it's essential to trust your instincts. If someone seems too good to be true, they probably are. Be skeptical of anyone who is overly charming, professes love too quickly, or asks for money. If you feel pressured into compromising situations, it's a red flag that something isn't right. Finally, remember that it's okay to take a step back. If you feel uncomfortable, it's perfectly fine to pause, reassess, and take some time for yourself. Online dating should be a fun and safe experience, not a source of stress or fear. Trust your instincts and be skeptical of anyone asking for money or pressuring you into compromising situations. If you find yourself a victim of a blackmail or extortion scam, it's essential to take immediate action. Let's talk about the steps you should take to mitigate the damage and protect yourself further. First up, cease all communication with the scammer. Don't get drawn into a negotiation or further conversation. This may be tough, but it's a crucial first step. Next, block them. This includes on the dating site or app. but also on any other platforms they may have contacted you on, like email, social media, or phone. Reporting the incident is the next step. It's essential to alert the dating site or app where you met the scammer. They may be able to take action and prevent others from falling victim to the same scam. Lastly, contact your local law enforcement. This may seem daunting, but it's an important part of the process. They can offer advice and potentially take further action. Preserve any evidence you may have, such as messages or emails, and contact your local law enforcement to report the incident. In the world of online dating, being aware of potential risks is key to staying safe. We've explored the darker corners of this digital landscape, but remember, knowledge is power. By recognizing the signs of potential scammers, understanding the symptoms of blackmail and extortion scams, and taking necessary steps to protect yourself, you can safely navigate the world of online dating. Never share explicit content with someone you've just met online. Be cautious about sharing personal information and trust your instincts when something feels off. If you find yourself a victim, remember to cease all communication, block the perpetrator, report the incident, and contact your local law enforcement. Online dating can be an excellent way to connect with others, but it's essential to stay vigilant. Remember, your safety is a priority, and taking proactive measures can help you enjoy the benefits of online dating without falling victim to its darker side.